I am not a musician, but I've always loved music, and I used AI to turn just me writing lyrics, singing the lyrics, and then submitting it to Suno.ai, and it given me a lovely song. But it took me a couple days to figure out how, so I'm gonna speed you through the process by explaining what I did. First, I searched AI music and ended up going with Suno, but I tried Udio. I paid for just 1 month to try it out. But be careful, because when you type in Suno, there are competitors that pop up that aren't nearly as good, and they trick you because even though it's a different program, it'll say Suno Music right here in big letters. So, Suno was great. Udio, not quite as good. The difference was that Suno has a editor mode. That's what sold me on it. So not only does it just make AI music, but it also has Studio, which is where you can break apart the tracks into different stems, and you can change the volume and remix different ones of these. Okay, so now that we're in Suno, um, you have to pay more to use the studio version, but I figured I'll just pay the $30 once and play with it for a whole month. And if I become a professional musician in that time, then I can keep going. But if not, I will stop my subscription. So the creative part of the project that I contributed was I wrote the lyrics and then I sung the lyrics into Adobe Audition, but you could also use programs like GarageBand. All right, so now in your music recording software, here is Adobe Audition, but you can use GarageBand. I started using that a little bit, and then you can choose your audio hardware and then choose which microphone. Even your MacBook Pro microphone is good enough because it's not gonna remember all of the impurities and imperfections after you submit it to AI. AI purifies out all of that stuff. So, let's see, I think it's, here we go. To the world that awaits you. I'm sorry, that was. Go now. Sounds so bad, right? My bad. Okay, so I'm gonna mute this, mute that, mute this, and I'm just gonna record here, show you what it's like to record. Okay, so it's recording over here. So now I just hum the lyrics, like I'm gonna bring the lyrics back, and all I have to do is just try to get it close to the tune that I want. Let's see, and I would kind of try different tunes until I found one that I liked. Um, I watch you as the waters rise. Why now was I made so small? But alchemy is in your eyes. Now find your voice and save us all. And you can re listen to it. I watch you as the waters rise. Why now was I made so Sorry for how bad that singing is, but what you basically do is do that over and over, stack a new one right here. La la la, here's the next lyrics. And then you export that music from your music program, your like recording program, and I found that if you submit the whole song recorded as one, so like you're gonna want to export this whole track as one track, because the AI is gonna take all of it together and generate a new file. Because if you take a little bit here and a little bit there, it may generate it with different background sounds, different vocal nuances and things like that, and it's hard to match it all together. So do it all in one shot. I mean, you can redo different portions, you can move these around in your program, you can mess with volume and re-record and stuff. You could add instruments in here if you want to. I'm not sure if that would be necessary because the vocals were enough for me. Then you go to this place. You don't have to be in studio. Let's do. Okay, so you can just be in create mode. I was in studio before, but create mode is all you need. Unless you really are gonna separate out the stems and mess with each one of them, the different volumes, replace different stems. All right, so let's just do this. You upload that audio that you sung into your music program. Let's try this one. Go now, my boy, to the world that awaits you. You get it. This is the full recorded one. That's the type of thing that I upload. So there's the full song. It is my voice. Choose continue. It's going to be listening for how it would describe it, but I'm actually going to not use its description because I'm going to want to tell it how I want it to feel. The voice recording that I uploaded is only to get the melody and the lyrics down. So I'm going to take this and make it to like a haunting song. Let's see, a ethereal, atmospheric sound behind haunting baritone vocals. And then up here you can tell it verse by verse what you kind of want the details for that verse to be, like atmospheric music, no other instruments, echoing voice. All right, there's the first verse. Let me show you how we tell it how much of those we want it to consider. So the audio influence, that's the file that we uploaded. I wanted to consider it very strongly because I left the notes in there that I want it to hit. The style, I gave it very specific instructions of what I want. Create. It's beginning up here. Listen to the whole song here. And that'll be it.
I watch you as the waters rise. Why then was I made so small? But alchemy is in your eyes. Now find your voice and save us all. Go now, my boy, to the world that awaits you. Go now, my boy, do something new.
All right, and then it will end there. I forgot to mention that you can upload your voice, and it didn't turn out very well for me though when I uploaded mine. Here's me.
I watch you as the waters rise.
Doesn't really sound like my voice too much. It sounds kind of weird. But when I just described baritone male, it came up with a voice a little bit better than mine. All right, I hope this video was helpful. It was a fun process, super easy once I figured out the how to use Suno. And hopefully this helps you jump right into using Suno without a lot of hassle or trouble. And I think I'm going to do some more. It was a fun process. And when I've told people I've made AI music, they kind of brush me off. They aren't really like, oh, I want to hear it. So maybe there is something different. I guess it's obvious there's something different with making music with your own voice, with your own instruments, and with talent. But this is an extremely rewarding process as far as doing something that I had a melody and lyrics and was able to just make it in a couple hours once I knew how to use the software. Enjoy!